Hi YouTube, and this is JTrain997, and I'm back this time with my review of the DC Universe Classics Wave 19 Figure 2, The Atom. Now, of course, this is The Atom in his original appearance, as he was in the Justice Society. Gotta say, I've always found this look very, very bizarre, but more on that once he's out of the packaging. He, of course, comes with the head and crotch of Stripe, which are down there in the packaging. On the back here, it says, Al Pratt was an unlikely choice for a boxer, much less a costume crime fighter. However, the 98-pound weakling and college student became an American hero devoid of superpowers. Pratt nevertheless fought crime as the Atom and was a founding member of the Justice Society of America and All-Star Squadron. It wasn't until he was exposed to radioactive elements that Pratt became a bona fide superpowered hero. First appearance, All-American Comics number 19 of 1940, real name Al Pratt, occupation Professor of Nuclear Physics, base of operations Calvin College, special abilities skilled boxer, atomic strength, and agility. Down here the other characters in the line, and of course Stripe when he's all finished. So, enough about this guy in the box, let's open him up. And here we have the Atom out of packaging. Now on the head and crotch of Stripe. So pretty nice, throwing them off to the side in the big pile of collected Connect pieces that he will soon come from. And here we have the Atom. Now, I've got to say, I don't mean any offense to the fans of this character, but this guy to me has always looked like Bondage Man. I mean, he's got this like leather corset going on here with the buckles, and he's got the buckled wrist things. No pants. I mean, red boots. I mean, that are just ridiculous. I mean, it's just, his costumes always seem ridiculous to me. Now, that being said, never read anything with him as a character. And I mean, I think I may have read some Justice Society where he was like a background character, but I never remembered this guy directly. I've just never been able to get past how ridiculous I felt his costume looked. Now, that is a personal opinion, I admit. And back in the 40s, nowhere near as much innuendo as today, I'm assuming. But at the same time, personal opinion, I've always found him a little ridiculous. Now, as far as being a figure, his articulation is nice. It's the standard for DC Universe Classics. A tiny bit hindered by his cape. His head still does some left and right, some up and down, although slight. Arms still on a ball joint, can do a full 360. You just got to watch the cape. Spin at the bicep, bend at the elbow, spin at the wrist. Ab crunch is there we go. So you got to put a little force to get it moving, but it will. Does a full 360 at the waist. Legs go forward, back, out. Spin at the quadricep, although very, very stiff, so watch that. Single jointed at the knee, and single jointed at the ankle. So, if you're one of those guys out there who was desperately wanting a figure of this guy, I actually think they made figures of him before. I may be wrong on that. Or was just really waiting to finish the original Justice Society. I guess you're that much closer. He's definitely not a bad figure. As far as detail on his little leather get up here in the center, they've actually put a nice little tanning effect in there. The buckle silver really pops out at you. So they put a lot of nice work into him. The mask, of course, just the standard blue with his eyes leering out at you. Once again, it's just a character I've always thought kind of looked ridiculous. I just don't want to piss off any fellow comic book fans saying that. If you've got some ideas of what to read to give me a little bit of exposure to this guy, hit me up. You know, maybe a run of Justice Society. I don't know if he's had his own ongoing ever. But that being said, I think he's an adequate figure. He doesn't really stand out in any good way to me, but I can see a fan of him loving him. And that being said, this is JTrain997, and I'll see you soon, YouTube.